If you click this video, you might be planning a trip to Japan. You might also feel a little anxious about your upcoming trip, especially if it's your first time. I want to assure you that you have little to worry about because Japan has so much to offer. Apart from incredible food, culture, and shopping, they also offer a wide range of services to greatly enhance your travel experience. In this video, I will cover useful services and helpful tips for your Japan trip so that you can get things done in a more efficient manner and avoid potential pitfalls that may ruin the experience. I also made a free PDF checklist of all the things mentioned in this video, which you can download in the description below. If you're new here, my name is Caleb, and this channel is dedicated to my love for all things Japan and self-improvement. As a solo traveler to Japan, I learned so much about how the country works and pushed myself to step out of my comfort zone. If you love what this channel is about, consider joining the community for more exciting videos to come. Okay, before taking your flight to Japan, you can make your life easier by using Visit Japan Web. It lets you fill out your immigration details in advance. After completion, you will receive a QR code which you will scan to clear immigration and customs. With Visit Japan Web, you don't have to fill out the arrival cards because everything has been done digitally. You can just sit back and relax before landing in Japan. Cash. It's important to have Japanese yen with you because small shops, restaurants, and many other places only accept cash. There are several ways you can get Japanese yen, but I highly recommend using the ATMs in Japan, specifically 7 Bank. You can find 7 Bank ATMs mostly at the airports and 7-Elevens. I use a multi-currency MasterCard and they charge me 0 fees. Plus the exchange rate is so much better. Let me show you how to use the ATM. After inserting your card, select your language, select withdrawal, confirm that there might be fees by your bank. I only have one account type, so I'll just skip. Enter your PIN number and select the amount you want to withdraw. After selecting the amount, click confirm. In Japan, you need to first take your card and then your receipt before you can take your cash. You can see that 7 Bank charged me 0 yen for the transaction. For my 2-week solo trip, I would say 30,000 yen was enough cash for me because I was still able to use my card at several places at convenience stores, supermarkets, and some chain restaurants. And I would reserve the cash for small restaurants, street food. These places typically only accept cash. Baggage. If you have a ton of baggage, and I'm talking about the baggage you bring to Japan, not the other one. Consider using the luggage forwarding service by Yamato Transport. They can ship your luggage from one place to another. This service can be found at the airport, convenience stores, and even hotels. You can send your luggage from the airport to your hotel so that you can take public transport or go sightseeing without the stress of heavy baggage. But if you don't want to spend that money, I recommend bringing a medium-sized luggage, which is big enough while still being easy to drag around. Ask your hotel if you can store your luggage before check-in. Most of the time, they are happy to do so, and it's completely free. If your hotel doesn't provide that service, another option is to use the coin lockers. You can find coin lockers at the train stations. One downside is that coin lockers can't be reserved, which makes it hard to secure a storage space, especially during peak hour. In those cases, you can use the Bounce app, a convenient online platform for luggage storage. They partner with restaurants and companies, giving you way more options and space to store your luggage. With all these options available, you will definitely not be scrambling for luggage storage. IC cards. One of the most important things you need to do is to get an IC card, which is mainly used for public transportation. You can also use it to pay at vending machines, convenience stores, and many other places that accept IC card payments. You can get a physical IC card from the train station ticket machine. Keep in mind that the ticket machine only accepts cash, and if you don't have cash, simply approach a 7 Bank ATM to get some. For iPhone users, you can add an IC card to your Apple Wallet instead and use Apple Pay to top up the balance. Simply add a card, select Travel Card, and you will see the IC cards available in the Japan section. For Android users, you will need a physical card because IC cards can only be added to Android phones sold in Japan. JR Pass. Getting a JR Pass is a great way to save money on long-distance travel, on the bullet trains, and limited express trains. If you want more details about JR Passes, you can find the video in the description below. After ordering a JR Pass, you can collect it at the JR Travel Service Center, at airports and major train stations. If you choose not to get a JR Pass, single journey bullet train tickets can be bought online or at the train station. If you're taking the Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka route, I highly recommend booking your tickets on the SmartEX app. What I love about SmartEX is that they offer discounts if you book in advance. You can also select your seats and change your seats at no extra cost. Accessing the internet. You will see data SIM cards being sold at the airport, but I think they are overpriced because you're also paying for the convenience. Instead, I like to buy an eSIM because it's way cheaper, and you can set it up in advance before arriving in Japan. I love using Airalo because from my experience, the reception is fantastic and they offer many travel plans to suit different travel needs. However, if your phone is locked by your carrier, then a pocket Wi-Fi will be the best option for you. There are several companies that provide the service. For me, I would choose one with competitive pricing and great reviews. I will link the Airalo website and the most affordable pocket Wi-Fi service in the description below. Next, let's talk about safety in Japan. Even though Japan is one of the safest countries in the world, there are still some things you need to be careful about, especially in the big cities. Rip-off bars and touting. In the entertainment districts like Kabukicho in Tokyo and Dotonbori in Osaka, you will see people touting and they will aggressively try to lure you into their nightclubs and bars. Absolutely do not follow them because most likely they are gonna scam you and charge you an insane amount of money. So avoid these people and establishments at all costs because they are going to ruin your trip. Sexual harassment. This is unfortunately a problem, especially on crowded trains during rush hour. Be aware of your surroundings and don't be afraid to speak up. It is a relief to know that many train lines offer women-only cars during peak hours, so that as a woman, you can feel safer taking public transport. If you feel that a situation is unsafe, remove yourself from it and seek help immediately. The emergency numbers in Japan are 110 for the police and 119 for fire or ambulance. To be safe, you should always have your phone with you and connected to the internet so that you can always contact someone or look up information if needed. Another fantastic safety tip is to locate the nearest koban or police box near your area. Koban can be found throughout cities and they are super helpful during emergencies or if you need to report a crime. Okay, all that was pretty intense. So let's lighten the mood and talk about some general travel tips that will make your trip even better. Let's talk about clothing. When you're packing your luggage, be sure to check the weather forecast in Japan right before your trip so that you can bring clothing that is weather appropriate. I like to choose accommodations with washing machines so that I can bring less clothing, which means more luggage space for goodies and souvenirs to bring back home. Convenience stores, also known as Konbini in Japanese. They offer a wide range of affordable food items. But in my opinion, there is something way better than convenience stores, and that is the supermarkets. They have way more variety, their prices are way cheaper, and you have a greater chance of getting discounted food items. So if your hotel is near the supermarket, all I can say is jackpot. Trash management. In Japan, you will realize it's so hard to find public bins anywhere. If you need to throw your trash, go to a convenience store or bring your trash back to your hotel. What I do is whenever I leave the hotel, I would bring a plastic bag and simply throw all my rubbish into that bag. Manners. Japanese people care about manners so much. People are very quiet on public transport, and on the escalator, people stand on the left or right depending on the region. When you're in Japan, it's all about observing what Japanese people do and don't do, so that you can be respectful to the culture. Because who doesn't want to be respectful to the culture? Anyways, don't forget my free PDF checklist, which contains all the info in this video. And all the service links are in the description for your reference. Check out my JR Pass video to learn about how you can save money using the bullet trains. I hope this video has given you greater peace of mind so that you can focus more on enjoying your trip. Happy travels!